Welcome to The Secret Sauce. I'm glad you're here. I'm your host, Kip Schubert. And as educators, we need to own our stories. We need to share how we've climbed mountains that seemed impossible. And in the process, discovered that secret sauce that we all have. Because it's with that secret sauce, we reach back over those mountains and become the Sherpa that our schools and our staff and our students need. Be sure and follow the podcast. I don't want you to miss an episode. And please reach out to me. I would love to come to your school and share my secret sauce with your staff and students. Our stories, our experiences, they matter. They are what connect us and empowers the development of authentic relationships that our schools, our communities, our world desperately needs right now. So let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get vulnerable and dive into our next episode. Welcome to episode 21, and this is titled When a Student Dies. And it's in memory of Vince Loma. And why does it take a tragedy to remind us to make every single day count, to be kind, to just love one another? However it is, when we experience tragedies, we are also presented with an opportunity to turn those tragedies into triumphs. And I hope that Vince can help us do that. And I want to tell you the story of Vince. Vince Loma is a 7th grade student at my school. And I didn't have him this year in class, but I had him last year as a 6th grader. And Vince had his struggles academically. He had his struggles at home, but he had the hugest heart of about any student I've ever had. He could be a handful. He could really get on your nerves. He loved being at school. I don't know that he loved being or doing school, but being at school was a place for him to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel heard, and to feel loved. And a week ago, Vince died in his sleep at his home on Saturday morning. And that news really hit me hard. And I've had other students over the years pass, like Brian, Spencer, Charles. But Vince hit me really hard because this year, even though he wasn't in class with me, where I stand out in the pod between each hour was the exact pathway for Vince to get to his room in the special ed department every single hour. And we had this thing that was kind of weird, but it was just our thing. And we would just, as we passed one another, we would give each other a big old hug. We would talk and we would step on each other's feet. And we just created a relationship that had such a deep, loving bond. I mean, Vince was very emotional and can get very upset very quickly and had a hard time regulating himself. And there were times where Vince would walk by with this big frown on his face, and he would be the first to talk to me, and he'd go, "Not today, Shu, not today." And I would grab him anyway and give him a big hug, and we would start stepping on each other's feet. And within seconds, Vince had a huge smile on his face and was laughing. And then all of a sudden, he was gone. And it was the little things, the hugs, his smile, the stepping on our feet is what I'm missing. I'm not missing Vince's academic performance. I'm not missing how I taught Vince or what strategies I used. I'm missing that relationship. I'm missing that stepping on our feet. Relationships are the little things. It's the little things that matter. And when Vince passed, our entire school came together, all the grades, even those that didn't know him, the staff. And it really reminded us of what was important. Again, those relationships, stepping on each other's feet. That's what mattered. Not the test scores, not the fight in our district with school board over curriculum and the political agendas. All that stuff pales in comparison to that connection with Vince. But why does it take Vince dying to remind us to make every single day count? You know, even at Christmas time, here at the holidays, we all have these things in our school where we give back to the community, and we do canned food drives, and we raise money to give to the people who are disadvantaged at this time of giving. But why can't that time of giving be 365 days a year? Why does it have to be at Christmas? Why can't we just give to those who need us every single day? Why does it take a holiday? Why does it take someone dying when we should be making others feel seen, heard, and loved every single day, no matter what our profession is, no matter if we're in education or not, or our age? That's why we're here. You know, death is a grim reminder. And why does it take death to make us think about how precious our time is here? Then days later, we are back in the cycle that has become comfortable, just following the norm, the same old, until the next kid dies or the next holiday. For me, I'm going to try to make the most of each day, to lean into the relationships and connections that I have in my classrooms, that I have with my soccer team, to just be in the moment, that stepping on my foot moment that I'm going to miss so much. I challenge you, and in your school, to make this giving back to one another, to being kind, to loving one another, to making each other feel seen, heard, and loved, to be a 365-day-a-year thing, not just when someone dies and not just at a holiday. Take care, Vince. I will see you when I see you. Please be kind always. And before you do anything else, love on those close to you. Love on your staff and love on your students. In 2023, let's love on one another. Till next time. Hey, we appreciate you listening to our podcast. Let's connect and impact lives together. Leave me a comment on this episode or find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at The Secret Sauce with Kip Schubert. We would be honored if you would share this episode on your social media. Continue to share your story. It matters. Reach back over that mountain. Every educator, every student needs to feel loved, heard, and valued. So dish out that secret sauce and be that Sherpa to guide others to the summit. Till next time, let's stay all in and all together.